Hi everyone, welcome back to a new lesson. Today's lesson is all about pronunciation. I know that these are quite popular, these pronunciation videos. I will leave links in the description box below with my other pronunciation lessons, so you can go and have a look at those if you haven't seen them already. And if you have any particular requests, if there are any words that you find difficult to pronounce, please leave them in the comments below and I will be sure to include those in a future video. With all that said, let's get straight into the lesson. This is the first word. How would you pronounce this? So we say area, as in like the air that's all around us, and ear. I find that many Spanish speakers find this quite difficult to pronounce, and it often comes out something like area, but it's area. There isn't much to do in my area. Our second word is beard. Beard. It's not pronounced bed or bird, which are logical attempts at pronunciation because maybe it rhymes with bear or with herd, but it doesn't, of course. It's pronounced beard. Beard. He's growing a moustache and beard for Movember. If you don't know what Movember is, it's the month of November when men grow moustaches to raise awareness of men's health problems such as testicular cancer, prostate cancer, that kind of thing. Number 3 is a 2-for-1. We have the difference between warm and worm. Also the difference between walk and work. A lot of people get confused with these sounds, the middle sound in these words. So for warm, it's an or sound, which perhaps more logically should be spelled OR. And then you've got worm, which perhaps more logically should be spelled ER. But of course, we know that in English, sound and spelling don't always correlate. Let's look at some example sentences. Many people have been making the most of the warm weather and have gone to the beach. Or they found lots of worms when they were planting some flowers. So you have the difference here between warm and worm. Number 4 is quarter. Quarter. This is quite difficult, especially that first qu sound. Quarter. Quarter. The meeting has been put off until 4:45. Remember, to put off means to postpone. I'm going to keep introducing my 1-minute phrasal verbs into my example sentences when I can, so that you have more opportunity to see them in context. I will also leave a link in the description box below for my 1-minute phrasal verb lessons. So if you like, you can have a look at those after this lesson. Number 5 is really quite a tricky word to pronounce. Do you have any idea how this might be pronounced? It's hierarchy. Hierarchy. And if you don't know what a hierarchy is, it is a system whereby things or people are ordered in terms of their importance. So for example, if we go back in time, when the UK had its class structure, you had the upper class, the middle class and the lower class. That is a type of hierarchy. So here's an example sentence. Hierarchy in the UK workplace has changed dramatically over the last 100 years. So maybe 100 years ago, there was a very strict hierarchy in terms of you had the owners and the bosses and the workers, and there was a certain amount of respect expected from the workers towards the senior people in the workplace. These days, most people just call their boss by their first name, so it has reduced dramatically in most workplaces in the UK. This is an incredibly common word, but I often hear this one mispronounced. How would you say it? So it should be usual. Usual, not usual or usual, any other variation on that. It's actually a U sound, not an U or an or an sound at the beginning. He got to work at his usual time. Number 7 is village. Village. I would say the most common pronunciation mistake is mispronouncing the idge sound there at the end. So for example, he lives in a small village in the north of England. The next word is custom. Custom. This is difficult because it has 2 tricky sounds. The in the first syllable and the schwa in the second syllable. Many people ask me how to sound more natural or more native with their pronunciation, and these two sounds can definitely help. So practice the and the schwa as often as you can. This is a great word to practice both at the same time. Custom, custom. She bought herself a custom-made dress to wear to the wedding. How do you pronounce word number 9? It should be heat, heat. And although it's a common word and it's a short word, it's actually quite a tricky word to pronounce because of the vowel sound in the middle, the E sound, heat, heat. You should be smiling, your lips should be spread when you make the sound in the middle. It should be heat, not hit or het, heat. The summer heat can be unbearable if you don't take care of yourself. The last word that I have for you today is machine, machine. Pay attention to the middle sound. The ch sound is actually sh in machine because it comes from French. So many words that come from French take an element of the French pronunciation and they would pronounce ch as sh. Another good example of this is chef, not chef, chef. So this one is machine. Could you load the washing machine before you set off for work? Remember, set off is another of my 1-minute phrasal verbs and it means to leave or to start a journey. Those are the 10 words that I have for you today. Do you find these words tricky to pronounce or are you quite confident when it comes to pronouncing these words? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to let me know which words you would like me to include in a future pronunciation video. Well, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching and we'll speak again soon. Bye for now.